Welcome back to the channel. This is your host Akash and you're watching Tech Turbo 96. So for a change you are seeing me because I wanted to thank you guys in person because you have made this channel huge. Not huge when it compares to other motovloggers, but going from 200 subscribers to 2000 subscribers within a matter of days is big for me. So I wanted to extend my gratitude and thanks to you guys for making it large for me. And with that said, I also need to say you one thing, that if you like what you see and if you find this content interesting, then do consider subscribing to the channel. Smash that like button blue and don't forget to ring that bell. So that all being said, let's start with the vlog. So this vlog is going to be all about riding gears, but more importantly, this is going about something which is the most neglected aspect of riding gears. As you can see on your screen, your boots, your riding boots, your daily shoes, and whatever you wear below your ankle. Sports shoes, the most commonly used shoes which we generally prefer while riding. Look, riding gears are basically a safety equipment for a rider, and they do not prevent any accident, but they are a passive safety equipment. That means that they try to mitigate the damage to the rider by taking those forces upon them. This is my sports shoes. This is 2000-3000 rupees sports shoes. I believe most of us have at our home. It is never recommended to be person who's riding his bike or two-wheeler in a slippers. Slippers are just for home use. So in that sense, the minimum requirement you need to have for riding a bike or two-wheeler is a sports shoe. No protection is provided, just a fact that you will get better grip when you will be putting your leg down. So that is a simple aspect of a sports shoe. The next shoe which I use for my riding, or which I bought specifically for my riding purpose, was this. This is basically a sports shoe in a way, but there's a difference. As you can see, this thing is basically made up of mesh all around. As you can see, this is nylon mesh, and this wouldn't provide you any sort of abrasion resistance. This is nothing. If you skid on the road, then this thing will tear off quite easily, and that will expose your ankle or your toe to the tarmac, and then God knows what happens. So this is very unsafe, but yes, it would provide you better grip than a slipper. Now when you look at it, this is basically a PU construction. Now PU construction is something, it's a leatherite basically. So when you are considering a leatherite over your nylon mesh, then definitely this thing is gonna give you better protection than that thing. Now if you see this construction, it is having a sort of protection on your ankles, whereas this one did not. Your ankles sit over here. Okay, now there is no protection whatsoever to your ankle, but when you consider this shoe, you would see this is providing some sort of protection, and basically a leatherite protection to your ankles. So in a way, if I would give 3 out of 10 to my sports shoe, this one would get at least 4.5. So this one out here is not excellent, but yes, it would give you some sort of protection when it comes to abrasion. And one thing I love about this shoe is that it is damn good when you are using your gear lever. It's very precise. It's this shoe is a very snug fit. So when it comes to riding, I prefer it when I am doing a casual ride within city, like I am going to any occasion or I am going with my friends. So in that situations I use it, and this thing comes out to be better than that sports shoe, basic sports shoe which has mesh construction. But I do wear this one also because if I am going for a jogging or running, so in that case I prefer this. But for any other occasion, I generally wear this. Now these two aside, this is the shoe I have been using for a very long time. I think I've been using this boot for like 2.5 years. This is as old as my bike because I bought this immediately when I bought my bike. The fact is that this one is a riding boot, proper boot. So what you get in here and what is plus point when you compare it to these two shoes. First of all, it had a brilliant grip. The pattern is quite huge, so there is no chance of slipping even on rough surfaces. Second, abrasion protection goes to a next level. Now suppose if you skid on the road or on the tarmac, then the abrasion, there's no chance of you getting any sort of abrasion because this is proper leather. This one is mesh, this one is PU or leatherite, but this one out here is proper leather, nothing less. So this one is from the brand Woodland, and the sole is quite sturdy. And if you see on the tip, this tip, if you can see here, this is very solid. So this thing provides you some sort of protection when it comes to a direct hit or any sort of lateral forces. Some not all sort of lateral forces, because that is obvious that this does not have any sort of protection for your ankle. Your ankle can always twist and turn, resulting in major injury. But as far as a direct hit on your toe, your heel is concerned, so in that aspect this will provide you much more protection. Giving some points to it, I think I would scale it 6 out of 10 when it comes to protection, because it gives you abrasion protection, it gives you some sort of lateral protection, but the 4 points are for like no ankle protection when it comes to centrifugal forces or something like that. Apart from that, this boot is very sturdy and it's basically an all-weather boot, and this is something I would recommend all of you guys, that if you are a rider or if you want to become a rider, then this sort of boot is something which is basically required. Anything below this, like this one, for city use, for day-to-day riding, I can say it's okay. But if you want to have some highway runs, if you want to have morning rides when you will be riding fast, then nothing less of this. I can also give you an alternate. If you know, there are army boots. You must have seen soldiers wearing those black boots. Those are pretty cheap. Those are around 800 rupees and the maximum goes up to 1200. So those are pretty good. If you are tight on budget, go for them. They are best thing you can get at that price point. These are pricey. This costed me around 4,000, 4,200 something. So I'm not sure about the price, but something about in the range of 4,000. So if you're not willing to expend this much, then definitely go for those army boots. Those are an excellent thing. Now, apart from these three categories, there is a specialized category which we refer as track boots, or something which is very much associated with your racing, and then that is this thing. To keep the price question aside, this thing costed me about 18,000, and that includes the excise duty or IGST, whatever you want to call it in technical terms. Let's come back to its construction. Now if you see it closely, now this has a very hard tip, at least 3 times tougher than this boot has. It is like you cannot compress it a bit. How much force you put on it, you cannot compress it a bit. Now apart from that, there is this rubber padding. This is for your gear shift. The gear shift on the modern sports bikes are on the left hand side, and they you have to use the knuckle. So if you don't have this thing on your boot, you will get something which we riders call it as a rider's toe. If you can see it, look, this is a mark which we get by continuously engaging gears, upshift, downshift. So that is there, and this is a depression on your 4,000 rupees boot, which comes only by means of gear shift. So this is very much required for track riding. And apart from that, if you look at the construction, you get a chin protector. This is all heavy duty. I would say it is not plastic, it is somewhat a polycarbonate, which is very durable and has some qualities to absorb shocks and lateral forces. Now, what is very unusual or very different from any sort of construction of boots in these track boots is this point. This is the ankle protector. What it does, if you want to bend this boot on either side, you cannot, because this is given additional force or additional support by this plastic unit, and this is very well constructed. Again, this is also track certified, and this is TrackTech Evo from RST, and this is the ultimate game when it comes to your leg protection. Anything when it comes to your toe protection, this is the best you can get out in the market. Not in terms of technology, but a category. As a category, I'm not referring, because there are riding boots which cost upwards of 50,000, upwards of 70,000. So it is how much money you are gonna invest, because these are not just boots, these are technical things. These are very research oriented boots. These boots are developed specifically to cater to all the sort of lateral forces, centrifugal forces, rotational inertia when you fall down from your bike. So everything is taken into account, and then this technology is put into these boots. And the higher the level of technology, the higher is the cost. It has your sliders. So these are something which is specific to your tracks. You're not going to use this thing on road, because the lean angles which you can attain on the road is comparatively very low. I am willing to do track day, but as you know, the COVID situation, it is a far-fetched dream as of now, but it is in the line of sight. So we will consider it when the time comes. But for now, this is something which is basically used for track riding, not on road riding. It is not advisable, because if you're leaning that much, then that is a dangerous proposition. Apart from that, this one comes with a soldered boots. These are rubberized boots but hardened, and they provide exceptional grip. They provide really exceptional grip. So I think this is all this boot is all about. Now, just a piece of suggestion. Look, of all these riding boots or riding shoes which you can use in your day-to-day life, I would really suggest that at least go for something which give you some sort of ankle protection. That being said, best of luck to all the riders. As of now, we all are indoors, and it is better to be indoors. And until unless there is something very urgent, do not go outside. The COVID situation is really bad for now, but as and when it will improve, we all will be on road riding our most beloved bikes. So on that note, this is your host Akash signing off. Bye bye, take care.
Like, share and subscribe for awesome contents.